Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader at thetechtrader.com. It's Wednesday, May the 27th. This is the Charts of the Day webinar, or should I say video. In any case, interesting trading day on Wall Street. The indices didn't do much, but a lot of our stocks did. Let's take a look at a few things that we want to highlight tonight. ASTC with an explosive move, and I mean very big move, 222 to nearly 20. Pulled way back to 1283, but it was still up a whopping 420% on 142 million shares with a huge volume buzz. Now, this is a breakout. It's a reverse split stock, apparently. Yeah. So it can go some. Although I'm looking at lateral price resistance in this zone, and we may have a little bit of a follow-through. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but mid-20s maximum. Well, we'll see. I mean, that shouldn't say maximum. Bottom line is it's a 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see how wave 4 might be a falling wedge. Let's see if there's a follow through tomorrow. Up next is ATPC, a gape ATP, which popped out of a base pattern today on 13.3 million shares and jumped about 82%. It's still moving after hours too. Now, it did get as high as 830 before pulling way back, so it's still considerably off the high, but that was resistance, and support is now down there. So let's just see if this thing is able to hold it, maybe follow through tomorrow and get up towards 9.5, something like that. You can see what it did after hours. That was the major move, as it took an explosive move from 285 and eventually reached all the way up to 830, only to pull back on a falling wedge. At this point, we'll be monitoring this carefully for tomorrow. An interesting pattern. Bullish. Wait for a price volume surge, perhaps over 6, 6.25 to get it really going. QTTB was traded today, and excellently so, as it popped and ran to the channel top. Take a look at the intraday chart. Pop wedge. Boy, did we do well with it from there, as it went from about 935 to 1260 and then consolidated before spiking right after the close and getting up to a new high of just under 14 and consolidating. You can see that even though it's at the channel top, we may have some upside, so stay tuned. We're going to find out if this has legs. Apps, they had a good report. The stock popped from 531 to 762, was up almost 2 points, 40%. The volume was strong, 55 million shares. There's resistance up here, so we may have a problem, but if it gets through, you might see 9 or 10. Something to watch. ASTI came out of a wedge and spiked to resistance, held up pretty well, and then backed off. But that was, and after hours, you can see it front up a little bit. It was up 22% today. Now, EDIT spiked up, broke out, and ran up to about 470. Excuse me, resistance is 470. I'm looking for a follow-through to get up there. Momentous was tremendous. Yesterday's big explosive move had a follow-through today. Now, it did pull all the way back from 2440 to 1729. It was still up a couple points, but it gave up most of its gains today. Let's see if it's able to stabilize and then maybe move up some more, get into the mid-20s. But this stock is extended. Lightpath had an engulfing reversal bar today after coming down in the morning to 1560 and running up to 18.25, finished 1783 up 150, about 10%. Volume wasn't heavy, but it was solid, and I'm now looking for an extension to 21 and 24, potentially. ONDS, well, this is a hard stock to figure. Every time it spikes, it reverses, but today it spiked again, this time on 93 million shares, up 102 or 10%. However, this stock has got to get above 1230, 35 to really get this one going again. It's consolidating for several months now, and maybe due for an extension of the overall trend. And longer term, mid-channel target in the low 20s might be a target. CPSH went vertical for 3 days now, literally gone from 460 to today's high at 1449. And it pulled back to 1217. It was still up $1.05 or 9.5%. something to watch. It probably needs to consolidate and pull back and retest. Sweet greens also with it looks like a nearly engulfing bar, and the highest close we've seen on this one since way back here near the gap back in August of last year. If we get through this level, you might see a run that takes it up near, no, let's call it 12.5, my next target. UMAK broke out of a mini base, is within a long-term rising channel. My targets are now 23 and 29. HYLN is way extended, but strong Momo, and I wouldn't be shocked to see 9 or better on this one. Careful though on that. And finally, TE, one of our swings, beautiful pop and extension, strong volume, reached as high as almost 12, 11.89, finished 10.99. It was still up about 5% today on 72 million shares. So it's trading a lot of volume up here. And you can see how the long-term channel shows potentially high teens, low 20s. We'll see if that occurs. This is HP out. Those are your charts of the day. Good night, tech traders.